Commission to Love, aka C2L. They were college students that became
soldiers for Christ.
Unfortunately, everyone didn't like the ways they used to portray their beliefs. Their culture brought a shock to everyone's reality.
Soldiers for Christ.
Honestly, the effect, it was interesting because we were regular people, college students, and we came to college just like everybody else, to get our education. Once all the controversy happened, it was crazy. It was a crazy situation, a crazy time. Sitting in class where you have people blatantly saying things against you, against the ministry, the organization that we were a part of, making their class projects about Commission to Love, the different petitions and things where it was a really crazy time.
The organization functioned very vocally, very radically at times, and I understood, that being a Christian myself, I know that it is, you have to sometimes be a little radical in the face of people, especially in an environment like this.
We hosted a forum for people who used to be Greek, and God told them to no longer be Greek. We gave them a voice, and people really did not like it. And it was that strike that caused people to turn on us, people that were really, really close to us before then, to turn on us and to become our enemies or to become silent while other people talked about us.
Me being friends with a lot of people in C2L, and a lot of people who were, I don't want to say against C2L, but a lot of people who were leading the attack on C2L. So I was kind of in the middle. I heard one side of the story and I heard another side of the story. So really with the controversy, I was Switzerland. I was neutral.
Coming to college to serve God, never in a million years thought that I would be a leader of a group going through such persecution. It felt like I was a white person a black person going to an all-white school. That is the perfect feeling. That's the exactly what we woke up with every day, and I felt horrible, like it's my fault. Like I started this ministry, I had to carry the weight of the fact that I walked them into a fist that was ready to punch everybody in the face. And I had to really, really go to God as a leader and had no one to go to but phone calls back home to California because all the pastors that I may have been connected to here, after they heard that their constituents didn't like us, then we got shunned. So there was no church for me to go to get covering, no place for me to go to. The pastors that I would talk to knew that what they were doing to us was wrong. However, they didn't want to ruffle any feathers with the people that they were connected with. And then I started finding out all the pastors that were Greek. And there was nowhere to go. From here to Atlanta, there was nowhere to go.
The superficial, what they felt was superficial activities or things that weren't, I'll say, religious in their principles. So the other organizations might have had fashion shows that had women who were scantily dressed, men who were showing their bodies, might have had some secular music playing. And since all of that was against what Commission to Love stood for, then Commission to Love was against those activities. So the students, a lot of the general student body just took offense to it because that's our culture, that's our music. You can't tell us that it's wrong. And for anyone, when you go and you refute something that they hold dear, or it is their popular culture, and they're so close to it, they're subjective and they lose their objectivity.
And so, so by the time I graduated, people periodically would keep me, in the loop about what was happening on campus and, what was going on. Eventually, as the years progressed, I heard about some things that were taking place pertaining to Commission to Love. and the things that I heard were primarily negative.
So it's our responsibility to stand, in the face of God and say, God, make me who you need me to be. And that's what this persecution did to us and made us who we needed to be.
Only thing that I was doing is facilitating their education from here when I was in academic affairs. And I do know my meeting with professors, and I having a meeting with the dean and trying to get, at the time, Miss King out of Norwood out of here. Get Miss Norwood out of here. And they knew that I was very supportive of them. I don't think there's not one doubt that they ever thought that I didn't support them.
I'm just grateful too to still be with these little cats, because now they're old and getting gray hair and getting guts and butts and babies, and so we just want to be a blessing. And if there's anything anybody needs from Commission to Love, we are ready and open to forgive, and you can have it, whatever it is, because we want to go to heaven, and I want the great cloud of witnesses to know my name, and that's all that's important to me. So God bless you, and we bless you with the love of the Lord. I mean, we bless that everything that you're lacking, that you're missing, that you're in need of, I bless you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
The culture shock not only affected people on campus. Commission to Love, now End Time Commission Church, is more than just a campus ministry. ETC's focus is now the community. End Time Commission uses many different outlets to service the community, such as the Force Radio, Stop the Violence Campaign, the Westlake Matters Movement, Flight of Promise Media, and many more. Although faced with persecution, End Time Commission made a change. Culture shock.